Welcome back, Deep Divers. B2B marketing, it never sits still, does it?
It really doesn't. It's constantly evolving.
Always a moving target. So today, we're diving into the future of B2B marketing.
Sounds good.
Figuring out how to thrive, not just survive, in this crazy landscape.
Right.
And to help us do that, we're taking a deep dive into a really interesting episode of the Unscripted Podcast called Thriving in Change, Strategies for B2B Marketers. I'm ready, are you?
Absolutely. Let's see what they have to say.
So one of the things that really jumped out at me from this episode was this whole idea of shifting from just targeting decision makers to becoming like masterful storytellers.
Oh, interesting.
We're always so focused on getting to that VP of this or that.
Right.
But we forget there's a human on the other side.
Yeah. A real person with, with their own hopes and dreams and anxieties and everything else.
Exactly. Yeah. And this podcast really emphasized that. It's not enough to just fire off a bunch of facts and figures.
Right.
We need to connect on a human level.
Well, and you think about the amount of information that, let's say, a decision maker in B2B is hit with on a daily basis.
Oh, it's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. I mean, they're just inundated with data, reports, emails. Who has time for another dry PowerPoint deck, right?
Right way. Yeah.
But a story, that's different. A good story cuts through the noise.
It's memorable.
Exactly. It can make a much deeper impact.
It makes you feel something. Like instead of just listing out a product's features, tell me how it helps someone conquer a challenge or achieve a dream or even like sleep better at night. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Tap into that emotional connection. Think about it. You're a project manager. You're drowning in deadlines.
Oh, been there.
And you get this email from a software company, right?
Yeah.
But instead of just listing a bunch of project management features, they tell you a story about a project on the verge of disaster. It's like everything's going wrong, and then, bam, their software saves the day.
I'm hooked.
Right. Suddenly, it's not about features anymore. It's about relief. It's about success. It's relatable.
That's such a good point. I'm sold. So, okay, storytelling is essential. But this podcast also brought up some of the very real challenges we're facing in the B2B world. And frankly, there are a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the B2B buying journey is more complicated than ever.
Oh, it's a maze.
It's way more than just a funnel now.
It's not linear anymore.
No. It's like multiple decision makers. Everyone's got their own opinions. They're all doing their own research.
Absolutely. They're consulting different sources. The timelines are all over the place.
Exactly. And then on top of all that, we've got data privacy to worry about.
Right.
It feels like there's a new regulation every other week.
It's a lot to keep track of. GDPR, CCPA, and who knows what's next.
It's a minefield. How can B2B marketers keep up with it all?
It's tough, but you have to reframe those challenges. See them as opportunities to innovate.
Okay, so like take the whole complex buying journey thing.
Yeah.
What can we do there?
Well, instead of being intimidated by it, leverage it. Use data and AI to provide really helpful, personalized guidance.
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
So, for example, think about personalized content recommendations. Imagine you're a marketer and you know exactly where someone is in their buying journey.
Oh, that's powerful.
Exactly. You can send them a case study that speaks directly to a challenge they just mentioned on LinkedIn. That's the power of AI.
That's next level. It's like you're reading their minds.
It's about being helpful and relevant precisely when they need you to be.
I love it.
Okay.
So, okay, speaking of targeted approaches, this podcast made a big deal about account-based marketing, ABM.
It's definitely a hot topic these days.
And of course, good old content marketing.
It's a classic for a reason.
It never goes out of style. But why are these two like the dynamic duo of the B2B marketing world, especially now?
Because they work so well together. ADM allows you to be incredibly targeted.
Like a laser.
Exactly. Identify your ideal customer and aim right for them. Content marketing, on the other hand, when it's done right, it establishes you as a thought leader.
I love that. So ABM is our sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Zeroing in on those key accounts.
I like that.
And content marketing is our air support, providing valuable insights to the broader market.
I love that analogy. You need both for a truly comprehensive strategy. ABM builds those deep relationships with key accounts, while content marketing keeps the top of the funnel full.
Yes, I'm with you. And you know what else I picked up on in this episode?
What's that?
The importance of collaboration.
Oh, absolutely.
Sales, marketing,
Yeah.
IT, everyone working together.
Silos are a recipe for disaster in this environment. When sales and marketing are aligned, sharing data, sharing insights, you get a much smoother customer journey.
For sure.
And you can't forget about IT.
They're the backbone.
They make sure that the systems and the data security are there to support everything.
You know, I've seen firsthand how something as simple as a 15-minute meeting each week just to keep sales and marketing on the same page.
Absolutely. It makes a world of difference.
It can totally transform how those teams work together.
Communication is key.
Communication is everything. And of course, we can't talk about marketing without talking about data.
It's the lifeblood.
It's the fuel.
Yeah.
But, as this podcast made very clear, we have a responsibility to use it ethically.
Oh, 100%. Data ethics is not just a checkbox.
Not at all.
It's about building trust with your audience. Transparency is absolutely critical. Be upfront about how you're using their data, and of course, compliance with all the regulations.
It's not optional.
It's table stakes, GDPR, CCPA. You have to be on top of it.
Because at the end of the day, it's about remembering that data represents real people.
Exactly.
And a data breach that doesn't just hurt your bottom line, it destroys trust.
Absolutely. Transparency, ethical data practices, they're essential for long-term success.
I think that's a great place to start wrapping up. So, as we navigate the future of B2B marketing, let's embrace change. Let's use data responsibly. And for goodness sake, let's start telling some better stories.
Well said. The future of B2B marketing belongs to those who are willing to adapt. If you can understand these trends and you're willing to adjust your strategies, then you can thrive in this exciting new landscape.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, deep divers, keep those deep dives coming. And while you're at it, here's something to ponder. How can you craft a story that truly resonates in a world saturated with content?